Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm out on that same spot I found last week with this little jump, and I've adjusted my Grizzla pads so they're lower, close to my feet, and I'm just busy playing around with the angle, because the lower you go with the normal standard ones, the lower they are on your shin, and what that causes, then you don't have enough pressure to lean forward because they're too short. So that's probably where the XLs and the flows really come into play, because you've got a longer pad. So I'm going to keep on fiddling around with these ones till I get a nice comfortable ride, because they are quite expensive, and I do not have the cash at the moment to swap them for the flow pads. But that might be something coming down the line. But yeah, I wanna try out a few jumps again, because I really enjoyed it the last time. You know, as soon as you get that lift off, or the boost, load the suspension and go, it really feels quite well. But yeah, come along for the ride. I'm just gonna go out for a quick little ride, and hope you enjoy it. So let's get going, let's get started. So let's see. You see, it really works well when the pads are nice and tight. As soon as it's nice and tight, whoa! Now this is going to be a good test for pinning of the motor. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to really damage these things. But oh, yeah, it feels high. Well, for me in any case. And the key here is, as I said on the last video, is to try and keep the wheel flat. That feels really good. Don't have a lot of torque. But yeah, I do have the lift because it's nice and close to my feet. Oh. And yeah, as soon as you keep the wheel flat, the wheel don't turn. It just pauses in the air. And you see, you don't need to really go fast. It's all about wow, there we go. I hope that is high. You can see the marks here on the ground where the wheel has started applying torque. But yeah, I hope that that's cool. I am running 35 psi on my tire as well, just for anyone that is interested. It is quite hard because I had it just under 30 psi, and it was really nice and soft. And I thought to myself, this is interesting. So I pumped it up to 35 yesterday. I did a run to the office, and yeah, it's much more lively on this tire, but otherwise really good. So yeah, it's on 35 at the moment, nice and stiff. I don't really want to hit the rim or whatever. I don't really do curb jump ups, so it's usually down, and most of my stuff in the forest is all rounded stumps and stuff, so it's old bits and bobs. But yeah, let's carry on. Let's try another 4 jumps. Let's get the arms loose, the body loose. That's 1. Let's try number 2. Number 2, here we go. Ooh, see, no, I was leaning forward too much. Sometimes it's like golf. You don't want to go and smack the ball too hard, because Oh, too slow, too slow. That's way too slow. You don't want to go and smack the ball too hard, because you're using the club to actually do the work, and you just putting that swing in. So let's do this one. Oh, there we go. So that's number 3, and let's do the last one and carry on. To be honest, this wheel is quite heavy to lift it up on a small jump. On a small jump like this, it is heavy. It is heavy. It is a big old wheel. It's a big old wheel. But yeah, it feels very comfortable. You know, with my S18, it was much more. If you do even small jumps like that. Because it's an air shock, and you know, you can put a fair amount of, let's just carry on. You can put a fair amount of air in it, but it's still sometimes too soft. So if you do big landings, not that that's big, but if you do big hits, drops, or anything really, then it just bottoms out, or you reach the end of the shock's capability. That's it. It doesn't bottom out, because that's what the shock needs to do. Let's go down here. But it sort of, it really smacks down, and it feels like it has reached the end of its capability. Now you can upgrade the shock, as a lot of people has done, but then you have to spend more money. So having the S22 now with this coilover, and the coilover shocks can take more of a beating, because it is it's made for a little bit more bigger impacts. It's the same if you look at, again, mountain bikes. I've referenced this numerous times. If you look at mountain bikes, when they do the downhill bikes setup, they usually have a big coilover. Not always, you know. I'm not saying it's always. Oh, now I want to jump everything. I'm not saying it's always, but most of the time, the bigger downhill bikes, they've got coilover shocks, big reservoirs, so they can really handle that punch down and up. And it's just one of those things, man. It's you need a bigger hitting machine, and you go bigger, you know. Look at car suspension. Car suspension is a smaller suspension compared to truck suspension. Look at the massive coilovers, because they've got more weight and stuff that they need to be able to handle. Let's do this last little bit. The only thing that I do find with the pads now is that they are, just check down here, I just want to check, it is dry, so I want to check out some of the roots here. I think this is just a horse walking route, and this is not fun to ride on these, on an EUC, because it's full of holes. Yeah, I'm going to turn around here. So the only thing that I did find with the pads now is because they are now tucked right down at the bottom, they restrict me having something on my shin, and where they were previously nice and high, they would be high up on my shin, and I get a nice when I lean forward. It's on the top half of my shin when I touch the pads, and that's more comfortable than how they are now, because now it's just above my sock, and that is it's not that great. So that's where I sliced my leg open on a push bike pedal last summer. Beautiful. So it's a bit tender. Ooh. But yeah, that's pretty much the thing about jumping. I think the flow pads, what Grizzla is doing now, where you can really adjust the whole thing and it's much taller, will work quite well. Just some feedback on the tire. You know, yes, the tire, if you do turn quite sharp, the tire does dip, but I've gotten used to that now. It's again something that I would rather have a knobby tire for forest riding than have a smooth tire, because when the rain is going to start falling in the UK, it's going to be super muddy, and I need the knobby tire. But yeah, very happy with this wheel. Now with that jump on the previous little segment, you can hear it was like a nice crunch. You know, when you move from forward riding to back riding to reverse riding. Let's just do that jump one more time. Cannot help it. Cannot resist. So that crunch, not the crunch, but that crrrt that you get when you go from forward riding to reverse riding. That's how it sounded when I landed, because I was leaning too much forward. The wheel was spinning up, and when it hit the ground, it's like the ground standing still and the wheel moving forward. So it basically is the dead stop. Now that's the stuff that the guys were testing. You would lift the wheel up, the wheel would spin forward, and you would pull it back to stop it. So be interesting to see if this pinning works. So as I said in my previous video, I really I don't mind falling, to be honest. Done it numerous times, and if I fall because of my stupid mistake, being a pedal clip or anything like that, then I'm happy with that. But if I fall because there's a cutout on a wheel, or the motor just fails, or something in that line, you know, something just stops working how it should be working when you are doing something fun, then that's not great. So hopefully the pinning would be solid, but we're going to keep an eye on that. But all I can say, running the pads closer to your feet and having a more locked in feel is really cool. And I know, yes, douchebag, I'm late to the party, but it's for me trial and error. You know, you get used to some way of riding, and changing it up usually takes a bit of time. But I'm always open for change. It might just take for me a little bit longer. But yeah, flow pads looks like it's super roots, super amount of roots. It's going to be the ones. I'm also on thinner gloves this morning because it's 4 degrees outside, and it's so much nicer than 50 layers of clothes, to be honest. Let's go down to the canal and ride one section of the canal. Okay, let's go. You still need to be, even if you've got suspension, you still need to be aware that when you go into a dip, especially like a dip or going up a curb, you're putting so much pressure on the suspension Okay guys, we are on the normal mic, and again you've all seen now me tumbling down. I don't know if the previous stuff recorded. I'll have to check at home, because I fell on the little mic cable, or the mic cable fell onto the soft grass and it bent the mic cable connector, so I think that's busted. But yeah, thank you very much for my Nobleman gear on my elbows and on my knees. Boom, it worked a treat. But let's just quickly have a look at what happened here. So as I was waffling, you can see there, this is a little bit of like a deep rut, like about that deep. So I came around the corner waffling, and I was way too close to this edge. So the wheel starts spinning up. I apply more and more pressure because I'm leaning on the pads, and I don't feel that I'm actually creating more torque on the wheel. So as I get to an angle, more of an angle, it becomes deeper and deeper, and then yeah, I go to the one side, to the right side, and then the wheel starts slipping out because it's keep on applying torque and it keeps on spinning. It wants to go. It starts spinning out, and then boom, here I go, boom, fall off. Here's a big old hole for the right hand pedal that dipped in there. It's all soft mud, so nothing. I checked the wheel over, and nothing is the problem. But yeah, that's how it goes, man. So let's carry on. Thank you very much for joining. If there's any questions about the fall, please drop in the comments below. Say hi in the comments below as well. I don't know how good this last bit of audio is going to be, because yeah, the mic is now busted and I need to get it sorted out. But yeah guys, these are the things that happen, and really I don't really mind falling when it's my own mistake. If I ride over, or if I get clipped by someone else when I ride with other people with mountain bikes or so forth, or if I do a pedal clip, or exactly that, you know, it is one of those things that happens, and if you don't look where you're going, especially that type of thing, it's like riding a bike and not going up the pavement at an as much degree angle as what you should. So if you cut it out and the same as the roots and stuff, you're just going to slide out, and this is the same. You need to think about these things. I hope you enjoyed the fall and a bit of jumping, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching guys. Cheers.